Hey everybody, let me get to the comments. I saw Goat was here, Rodney, you're here, John, you're here. What's up, y'all? Jason, what's up, man? We got beekeepers. You all, I got. Oh, heck, I hit the wrong darn thing over there. There we go. I got the rest of my little mini mating nukes today. Of course, from China, and the things came like somebody chewed on them for 2 days. Maybe they were stuck in the container. Which one? Other one was banged up a little bit. Oh, well. I was almost going to click the little return. Oh, Banff. What's up, man? Dan, how are you? Rodney, your bees are exploding. Rodney, the only thing exploding up here yesterday was snow. So, yeah, buddy, we're not going to see that for a little bit. But you know what, though? Talking about weather, though, I was just looking today because I was texting Chad at 504H. And, Banff, yeah, you and me both, brother. In 2 weeks, it's going to hit 40 degrees in Ohio. So 2 weeks. So, yeah, that's actually pretty good. But I got so much work that I got to get done because I was, when I was chatting with 2030. Oh, Dan, that's something, buddy. 2030 below. I know, I was texting or emailed Norseman Honey, so Ray Saracen, and he emailed me the other day and was, he wants to swap. What's up there, Jess? He wants to swap. He's going to send me down some Canadian honey, and I'm going to send him, some honey from here. And I think it was like 30 below at his place, and he's got like 4 feet of snow or something crazy like that. So that's, you all can keep that up there in Canada. So Kevin, what's up, brother? Jules, what's up, man? Jules, one of my gardening buddies. I got my grow room started I don't know, yesterday or the day before, and I got 18 pepper plants, seeds started, got my heat mat going. I think it's at like 76, 77. So, I can't wait for that. I got 6 of one type of bell peppers, 6 of another bell peppers, and then I got 6 Hungarian. So I think I'm going to do 18 pepper plants this year. So, yeah. A better looking shirt. What shirt did I have on? Oh. Oh, Kevin, you're something. You're a mess. I haven't worn one of these darn shirts in a little while. I got so many YouTube shirts. My wife said, all you're going to do is have all these YouTube shirts. You should get medical coolers. Damn, that's a good idea. That is. My camera on there is a little bit blurry. Let me stop the camera for a second and then restart it. Maybe that'll fix it. I don't know. Who knows? Let me remove. No, I don't know. Oh, well. Yeah. These things, though, you know what I got to do, though, is I got to go to Home Depot. Tim said I need a manicure and then revoked my manicure. You all are crazy. Oh, you made some? That's cool. Florida chick, what's happening? Yeah, I do got to go to Home Depot and get these things painted. So they said, it's best to paint them. So I got to figure out, I don't know, just something that'll coat them pretty good. So, but they seem, the outsides are a little chewed up, but They're solid. I mean, they're going to get beat up regardless. So, Kinfolk Farm, what's happening? Wickershire. Where's that beard? I know Wickershire. I broke down the other day, buddy. I went in, took a shower, and I looked over and I saw my razor, and it was like calling to me. So, I'll tell you what, it was rough shaving though, because I think that's the longest I've ever let it grow. And it was a bear. It was pulling like mad. And I got one of the old style, interchangeable blades, those Merkur razors. I quit paying all the money for Gillettes and all that years ago. Yeah, that was harsh. So, yeah. Rodney, you want hot pink on the mini nukes. I mean, what are you charging for 50? I don't know. I've never sold these things. I did these for my my wife. There we go. Kevin, you're crazy. Yeah. Uh-oh. I should hide that stuff from the lives. Lauren M. What's up, man? Yeah, it was rough. I've never, Adrian, what is happening? Wickershire, I've never grown a beard. And I said to my daughter the other day, Brian, yeah, you got that. You got that right. I said to my daughter the other day when it was long, I'm like, I think I might grow a beard. And she looked at it and she was like, you look like an old man because like there's a lot of gray in there, Dad. I was like, I could still ground you even though I really can't because she don't stay here that much. So, but yeah, I don't know, just see what it looks like. So, yeah. Brian, Backyard Bees NC, buddy. That's why I started doing that. Just a few years ago, I started that. Just, I didn't want to run into those situations. So I typically will buy a certain amount, and then I just keep the brass, and then I just do my own. So I found a place that it takes 2 to 3 months to get it, but I found a place. Oh my gosh. Bayou Bullets. Lizzie, what's happening? Bees and bikinis. Bayou Bullets. I got 2,000 lead with the polymer coating. I think it was like $122 or something like that for 2,000 of them. But it takes them so long to get them. So, yeah. But I need that 25. I missed something here. Prepping 101. What is happening, man? Yeah, what's happening, buddy? Hey, 101. What? I'll message you. Yeah. Got enough to stop an army, but need some 22s. Brian, email me. You got my email. Email me because Brian, I think I probably have 15,022 rounds. So if you need like 1,000 or so, we could strike a deal. So yeah, I mean, we could work something out. That's no problem, Brian. So just shoot me email, I think you, oh, Lizzie, that's awesome. That is awesome. Lizzie, I'm on the other end of the spectrum where I think I've only got one. And I did check it the other day. I went over there with my scope again. And my bees do not like my scope. I get that thing in there, and they're on it like I coated the thing uh, in some pheromone or something. I have no idea what. And then when I'm pulling the darn scope out, I got to shake it because they're all stuck on it, and then they're falling out in the snow. So, but uh, it is what it is. But yeah, it's. Oh, yours do the same thing? Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. You know what? That is a good question. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way about it though, because you can travel with it. I travel for work now, not that much this year, just because of the that virus thing. But you're allowed. I know you got to declare it to the airport and that. I'd have to check on it. So, but yeah, I'm not sure. That's a good question. Lost 1 out of 3. Oh, that's awesome. Kinfolk. At least, I mean, if you got 2, so 1 out of 3, that happens. But yeah, it's awesome. They're flying all around. That's awesome. So let's see here. They also hate that darn knitted bee mascot. Yeah, but I thought, 1 and 1 and your little song there, Lizzie, that would get them going. Yeah. Yeah, Adrian, them little heat sensors, FLIR, I just can't get myself to, oh, where's the guy without a man card? Oh, you all, I'm telling you what. Oh, that's hilarious. Adrian, I can't get myself to spend the money on one of those FLIR cameras. I don't know. I mean, it would come in handy, um, but although I'd be walking around through I'd probably be walking through Home Depot and stuff like that with my darn camera, and you'd see me in the news, some guy wearing a Castle Hive shirt arrested for using a heat camera, in stores or whatever. So my wife would probably get annoyed because I'd be, you know. So, Chad, what is up, man? What's happening? Lizzie, you got to play him the song. If you play him the song, then they're not going to attack your little furry little friend there. Look at all the gadgets in the background. Yeah. I got let me see here. So, wait. Right there is my GoPro. That's the 6, I think. And then that's the top tripod for my 9. And then this here is like one of them little, I don't know, whatever the kind of things. So, but you see the Seek thermal add-on on your phone? No, I haven't. Tim, does that work? Huh. Jesse, what's happening? Good to see you. Chad, you're on vacation all week, buddy. Over my left shoulder. Up there? Right there? That's honey. So, y'all, and I tell you what I got sitting here. Jess, I'm doing good. Doing good. Yeah. What I got sitting here, too, other than I can't get into it again because that's not part of the contest. So, I got to send it out, and there it is, y'all. That's all that. That's pure goodness in that bag. So, Wickshire, that's too far to see, huh? Yeah. No, those are my first like couple honey harvests. I just, you know, I've kept them. So yeah, over here, yeah, yeah, Tim, we were already talking about that tall pipe near the door. That'd be a heck of a bong. I gotta get that thing lubed up. It's an ammo bong. That's right. Hey, those in here that do reload, have you all seen? Now, I don't know, whether those in here, if you use Dylan or whatever kind of presses anybody uses. Um, did you all see that Lee, um, uh, the Lee case prep, like the primer that they have? It's like the APP, like that D primer that I've got, other than it's for priming, and it's like a, I mean, it's a quick thing. So yeah, I don't know. I just saw it the other day. I was impressed by it, but I can't get another press now because I just got that thing set up. So Blanchard Bees, what's up, man? Hey, are you getting snow out your way? You've got to be getting snow out your way because you're Blanchard Bees. If I'm not mistaken, you're in Iowa, I believe. Wickershire, you're crazy. uh, Rodney, that just isn't even right. 65. Oh, Banff, yeah, that's some stuff there. I tell you, I'd love to get some of that older stuff. I mean, the older stuff, it that's quality stuff. They don't make it like that anymore. So, Baddest Bees, Ice here. Yeah, hey, John, I was talking to with work today, meeting the clinic that I'm supporting. They're in Texas, and they actually informed us they're getting all kind of ice and that just running through that area. So you gotta anywhere down south. Well, yeah, you break down into Missouri, Tennessee, that whole band down in there, Carolinas, and all that stuff, and they just get ice. So when I was working in Carolinas, I forget what town I was in. Maybe Salisbury, North Carolina, I think it was. They were saying a winter storm come through. It's like an inch of ice and then like an inch of snow on top of that. So, yeah, it was something. But Tim, I saw you got one or two frames of bees in it. If they got stores next to them, I would imagine they'd be okay just for a couple days, but I would think, yeah, like John's cross your fingers. I would think that down your way, I would think the queens are already starting to brood up. I would think, like Rodney and all that, theirs are out flying in that. I would think that they're going to start brooding up. So, oh yeah, Chad, that's a guarantee. Chad, that's just like, so I'll tell you a story. When I was very first working down in one of the southern states, I won't say which one because there's people in here from that state. Yeah, they start in February. That's what I thought, Tim. Bessies, I hate those people. Oh, John. Yeah, I was working in a southern state, and they were getting some flurries, and they got maybe a quarter of an inch of snow. And everybody was going crazy. Stores were closing. Hospital, I was working at a hospital at the time. Of course, they don't close. So when I'm going from the parking deck, Canada, we put winter sales on our cars. That's right. Lizzie, you're crazy. Kevin, that's the state I'm talking about right there, buddy. North Carolina. Not saying anything against the Carolina, folk that are in here. But when I was walking from the parking deck over to the hospital, this maintenance guy was dumping, he had play sand and was dumping it on the sidewalk. And I looked and I said, "Sir, what are you dumping sand on the snow for?" And he was like, "Well, it helps with traction." I said, "Well, why don't you just go buy salt?" He said, "What would I do that for?" I just turned around and walked away. I thought, oh, good God. And that was like my first week or so down there. And I thought, this is going to get interesting because these folks don't know. Yeah. People buy the grocery stores out of milk and bread. I know one of the place that I was working with this week, that's what they were saying. That people, they said the milk and bread, it was like all sold out. And I'm like, you're getting one snowstorm. God. Buckeye hunting. What's up, man? How are you guys? You guys probably got some weather down your way, I would think. It's wood ash at the homestead. Just spread it outdoor. Yeah, run for the chickens. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Russell, what's happening? Old days when it was Texas. Yeah, that's the place I was talking to today. Yep. I didn't know that and came close to rear-ending some idiot. Yeah. I remember, I tell you up here, when my kids were first driving, in Northeast Ohio, we get snow. The older car that I had a Kia Optima. I like that car. And 16 inches in the last 2 days, Buckeye, you got. We got barely an inch in Northeast Ohio. Now, I'm south of the snow belt, though. But I think all the snow this year has gone south of us and gone over north of us. We've been lucky in my area, so thankful. I'm going to cross my fingers because I don't want any of that junk. So, but when my kids were first driving, I remember my son the one time he was he was headed to work, and the toilet paper is available. I got my toilet paper up there. I go to Taco Bell every day of the week, and I'm still good. But my son, he was going to stop the car and went to stop on a hill, and he called me up, and I was working on the road, and he called me. He's like, "Dad, I think something needs looked at." I said, "What happened?" He said, "Well, I tried to stop. Your car just wouldn't stop. I hit the brakes, and the car just kept going." I said, "Where'd you try and stop at?" He's like, "On Lipke." And I said, "Where?" "Well, going up towards Mahoning Avenue, and there's a hill." I said, "When did you stop?" He said, "Well, on the hill." I said, "Jared, that's like momentum that you need to stop faster." So he had no idea. I think he was 16, 17, something in there. He didn't know. So got railroaders in my class from way down south. Them boys are freezing over here. Chad, they got to be dying. Yeah. They have got to be dying out there. Wow. Yeah, crazy. Chad, I don't know whether you saw, I got the rest of my little doodads today. So all the way from Shang, China or somewhere like that they came from. So taught how to drive on ice here in Minnesota. Yeah. Yep. Russell, I'll tell you what we used to do years ago. They don't come prepared yet, Chad. I know that. Russell, we used to years ago when I think I it might have been about 2021 or so. When it would snow real heavy here, me and a couple of my buddies would tie a ski rope, for water skiing on the back of a car. And we would go and each one of us would go and get our oldest pair of tennis shoes with no tread. And we would bumper ski. We'd tie the rope then on the back of the car on the bumper. And we would ski down the roads when the roads were all covered before they would plow. It was the funnest darn thing. But yeah, they don't teach. Somebody from down south would see people doing that up here, and they'd be like, "What kind of country is this?" Yeah, we used to love that bumper skiing. I got a decade driving Wolf Creek Pass. Where is that? Oh, Banff, where's that at? Wolf Creek Pass. Russell, it was. The only thing I'll say about that is you got to watch, because I remember the one time we were going out and we come back around a way where we had already gone, and the plow trucks had gone and threw salt. And when we hit that, man, it tore. I mean, I bit it and drove it next time at 14. That's awesome, John. That's awesome. Yeah, Russell, I bit it, tore both my legs up, tore the knees out of my pants and all that. Did bumper ski back in the 60s. That's awesome, Dan. That is awesome. Kevin, you take care, brother. Yeah. After Tim done come in here and, riled y'all up talking about your man card. See? Yeah. Lauren N. Four Corners area. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about, the Four Corners area. All right. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh. So what's happening with everybody? Hey, y'all, tomorrow I'm going to do my first reloading video. Will go up. So I've had the darn thing. I just haven't put it up there. So, Rick, Lala Farm, what's happening? Yeah, there's songs written about Wolf Creek Pass. I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to look that up. Yeah. Yeah, but tomorrow, Drops Family Garden, what's happening? Tomorrow I'm going to do a reloading. It's actually with that press. I just, tinker, and through the winter there's not much to do with the beehives right now. So, but I'm going to have a little bit here coming up soon. March, I think, I was just telling Chad actually, March, man card, I got 500 feet of 4 inches snow to feed much cow. Oh, in slippers. Wickershire, that's rough, man. That's rough. Yeah, Rick, I saw your live just ended up. Yeah. I got that that family that was on there. I got their channel. So, but no, and when Free Handley made What's Happening, when I was talking about there was no content, I was actually talking about another channel. So yeah, I was talking about another channel that should. But yeah, I found that other family, so they seem like a very, very cool family. So definitely pick them up. So, but yeah, I was just texting Chad. I think so. When we hit 40, 2 weeks, and it looked like for a week straight there, it was just, well, at the ending of the forecast, it was 40, 40, 41 or whatever like that. Blanchard's good time to start some OEV. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. I think my dead outs that I have, I'm going to end up, tearing those down, cleaning equipment, painting, getting all that stuff prepped. I'll get all this stuff all prepped. My very first hive stand that I had built, that's all going to get moved, and that stand's put together with screws. So I'm going to unscrew all that stuff, move that whole stand. I need to build onto the one that I built last year. So my month of March and early April is probably going to be super busy over with the hives, just because I want to get things ready. And then the beekeepers in here also, I'm going to try a poly hive. Blue Sky Bee Supply, I can get a double deep poly hive that the ratings are all pretty solid on it, for $87 for double deep. And that's vented. The top has little vented areas on there. So, yeah, Chad, we do. Woods Friendly, what's happening, man? What's up? It's polystyrene. So this is a polystyrene little mating, hive. But yeah, it's just made Free Handley. It's just made out of polystyrene, and it's a real super, super dense polystyrene. The benefit to them is summer times, of course, it keeps out the heat, so your hives don't get super, super hot. And then in the winter time, it also insulates them, so their heat stays in. So, recyclable homestead, what's happening? You're new here. I don't think I've seen you on. So, but yeah, would never, Drop's family would never survive the wind. So, all of my hives, except one, I had one that I didn't put a ratchet strap on. I typically will ratchet strap all my hives to the hive stand. That way it's just secure. We've got a couple pests in the area. We got skunks and all that stuff, and they won't knock a hive over. But there's been bear, not often, but there's been some bear, and I just want to protect against that. So had a field split last summer using a pro nuke. Oh, yeah. Oh, Banff, I got some pro nukes. I got a deal again from that Blue Sky Bee Supply. I got 7 of them for a cheap price. They were running a deal on them. I think it was like, oh my God. Evening. Heck, I dropped in the wrong time. 18 Bs, what's happening? I think I got the 7 Pro Nukes for like $77 or something. It was a stupid cheap price, and I'm like, yeah, I might as well buy 7 of them. If I ever need to, if I ever need the extra little room for a split or whatever, I have it. So, yeah, it was something, Chad. It was something stupid cheap, and I'm like, so yeah, I figured, what the heck, I'm going to buy it. So. Woods Friendly, yeah, I will. When did you put that up? I saw your last one, Woods Friendly. You were doing last one I saw from you did the raised beds, I believe. So, Banff. When I well, here, let me do this. Woods Friendly. Okay, yesterday. Woods Friendly. I will. I'll go check that out definitely. Let me. Banff, I'm going to put in a link, and it will be copy. There. That link that's going to be going in there is for, now this is the place that's real close to my area. Those hives... they got decent reviews. They got, nukes. They got the whole, regular. Now they're 10 frames. The poly, they come 10 frame, but that's the place where I'm going to get mine from. Now, I won't have to order, or I won't have to ship it from there just because it's like a 30-minute drive from me. So, but yeah, that's the place where I'll go. Man, I wonder where my camera is. So it's like fuzzy. Should be better than that. So, Wickshire. YouTube asked me when processing to choose a category. I know it wants me to choose entertainment. I use pets. Oh. Complete BS. Oh, that's funny. Blanchard Bees, you take care, buddy. Yeah, stay warm out there. Yeah. Yeah, Banff, check that out, though, because they... I don't know how much you get into beekeeping and all that stuff, but they got, I think they do most of their business online now. So now their showroom is closed. You can make an appointment if you need to look at something. But whenever I go out there, I just pull out to the side dock, call them up and say, hey, I place this order. Here's my name. They open up the big old door and they just set the stuff in my trunk. So they're a pretty decent place. So good customer service, and that I can say about them. So Blue Sky, they're pretty good. So yeah, but they got, if you do queen rearing and that, they got all those supplies. They got all the other. They got a pretty decent selection there. So I like them. I like having a store that is 30-minute drive away. And they got all that stuff. So it makes it easy. So. Does anyone, let me see here, anyone want to pop up here? I'm going to start doing that often. And hey, so I put a live up for Saturday. I think 12. Did my comment go away? No, I don't know where it is. Yeah, Russell, I know. That's the only one thing that a couple people I saw as far as negativity about them was the shipping. But I'm going to start. I think I want to start doing I got to start doing some lives just to get up on some hours. As I'm creeping closer to that one goal, I need to get some hours. But one of the things that I wanted to try and do were, if I can get like several, beekeepers and that, to do like just a big old group chat thing on Saturdays. So, that's what the best life. What's happening? Thank you for jumping in. But that's what I want to try, and on Saturdays get like a panel thing. See if I can't get, routinely, if that time works for a couple people, just get people in there and chat and have a good old time. So dropped in to ask if anybody knows a good supplier in Dallas, Texas. He needs a starter kit for bees. Still wanting to end up with crap bees. 18 bees. I don't know. I don't know anybody down in Texas area. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Freehandly made. I know. I think Micro Farmer and wasn't Southern Woodworking playing in that. So Banff. I know. It's a prepping community. They're makes your skin. Look at that flawless skin. Oh, yeah. It asks for a dumb password. What? To join in? Let me see if it. I'll join in a. Well, what the heck did it do that for? How do you... Let me go into the settings. Let's see here. Guess. All right. Try that now. Chad, try that now. Let me see. Freehandling. Okay, it worked now. Okay. See. Here we go.
Just doing it as a test for you to see if that password thing.
Yeah, there we go. I had to adjust a setting. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to hop off now.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I saw the honey on there for a quick second. I got my background going. That's so weird. I had to. Hey, my Jamaican beekeepers, and I don't know Is it Kai Farm? Am I pronouncing that right? Ta-da! That's right. Let's see here. I think I missed something there when I chatted for a second. Hey, yeah, Chad, try and jump back in. That's so weird. Kai Farm. Okay, yeah, I got that right. That's so weird. In my settings, I've not changed a single thing, and some of my settings were adjusted. I have no idea. That's weird. Very, very weird. So Ricky Rourke, what's happening, buddy? Horizontal hive, buddy. There. I'm gonna do some more research into all that. Yeah, Kai Farm. If those in here don't have them, check them out. So yeah, definitely check them out. Let me see here. I don't think. Yeah, we got Chad as a mod, but I don't. Let me search. Oh, nothing much, Ricky. Ricky, I got showed people already. You probably know what these are, little mini nukes, mini mating nukes. I got the rest of them today. Those buggers come all the way. It took them 3.5 weeks to get to me. Straight from China. So, yeah. But I just got to get them things all, I got to get them all painted up and ready. So, too much bong powder. Wickershire, that might have been Patron power. So, Kai Farm, I know. There's a lot of beekeepers. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. No, Ricky, they did. They came. If I look on my order, these things came from. I can't even pronounce the town in China. Sheng. I don't know. They came from China. Honestly, they came Yun Express to a port in Canada, and then the things crossed from Canada into Washington State. And I'm like, what are they sending, like contraband in my mini nukes? Or I have no idea. They did come scratched up, so these things, they probably smuggled stuff over in them. I don't know. But they honestly, they did. So, yeah. Oh, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Good time of the year. Oh, snap. I see Chad, but the screen's all white. Oh, snap. The screen's all white.
What? I can see me just fine.
No, when you jumped in, and I can hear the echo there, buddy. You gotta shut.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you.
Shit. Hold on, I can't hear you. I'm the most computer illiterate person here. I can promise you that.
So go back to the YouTube page and just mute the YouTube. Y'all, I gotta give Chad here a tutorial on.
Computer illiterate person here. I can promise you that.
Yeah. So go back to the YouTube page and just mute the YouTube. Okay.
What do you mean?
Y'all, I gotta give Chad here a tutorial. So you'll have a StreamYard page, and then you'll have a YouTube page. Go to the YouTube page and close out of the YouTube. Y'all, so Chad.
Did I do it?
Yeah, you got it. Chad is protecting the country one railroad at a time.
One train at a time. I only work for one railroad. He's out trying to kill me.
His blur makes my blur 4K. That's right. Are you still sitting out in the hotel?
Yeah. I don't see any comments though.
So are you? Well, when you're on the computer, so I don't. Let me see if.
No, I got him.
Okay. All right.
Was the last one from Wickershire Project?
Yeah. I don't know what's up with my camera now because it's supposed to be 1080, but it's a little better now. I don't know.
I brought my laptop with me when I came down here.
Dude, when I've been checking my China mail. You know, they were supposed to be sending me some ballots that were a little bit late for the entry.
Like presidential ballots from China?
I ain't gonna get into all that, but
China.
they were sending me these things. So the one that I ordered just to kind of look at one and see if, hey, do I like these things or, whatever, it looked perfect. So I go back on Amazon, order these, and the shipper this time they sent them from Shang or something, China. So when they come, they're like chewed up and stuff. But then if I try to return them, I'm going to have to pay to send them back to China. So, I'm going to paint them anyways. So I just thought, what the heck? I mean, the insides are good. The outside's probably going to get chewed up anyways. So Wickershire heard we got a new president. I heard that. I hear he sleeps a lot, though.
No, Trump doesn't sleep a lot.
Oh, this other bozo.
I don't know who that is. I quit reading the news.
Yeah, I don't watch much of it.
Although shutting down that freaking pipeline, where do you think all that oil is going to flow to? Right down my railroad, right through where I am. That's what it did before before the pipeline was built. All that oil came right down my way.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, so if I just thought that I was busy before, it's going to be freaking beyond nuts coming up.
Really?
Yeah, they just pulled up north. I know you don't know how the railroad works, but when you're pulling like a unit oil train or a unit hazmat train, you have to have what's called a buffer car between the locomotives and the train on the front and the back. And they just pulled about 200 buffer cars out of storage up north.
Oh,
so that's
wow.
basically equivalent to 100 trains.
Oh, wow. Wow. Best Life saying my neighbor was working on the Keystone. That was wasn't there, how many thousands of jobs? Wasn't there, how many people were up there working?
Was it 20,000?
I know it was a good amount. That's a shame. So, Buffett owns the railroad?
Yeah. Warren Buffett owns BNSF Railway. He also he also owns Granger, and he also owns TILS, which is the tank car company. So the oil is going in his tank cars, going down his railroad, and I have to order all my junk parts from Granger.
Really?
It's just a circle of money is all it is. He owns Dairy Queen, too.
Yeah.
And
Banff, I know you mod over there. Yeah. I've been watching over there. So that's great. I did not know that about Buffett.
Yeah.
I mean, I know his like Berkshire Hathaway connection and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know, a lot of, all the other companies that he owns and manages and all that crap.
Doesn't he own Jimmy John's too? I thought.
I have no idea.
He owns a lot, but he specifically doesn't have really anything to do with the railroad. It runs the same as it did before him.
Right.
He always stated that it was the most mismanaged gold mine he'd ever seen.
Really?
Oh yeah, they piss away money like you can't believe.
Wow. Buddy of mine, well, he probably still does. I don't know. He was an engineer. He drove the trains for CSX.
Yep.
So for years,
I wouldn't want that job. That'd be terrifying. I know what the rail looks like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be trucking down that rail at 50 miles an hour.
We worked at a car stereo place. We sold car stereos, and they were open from 10 to 8, and we'd stroll in, half the time we'd stroll in a hair late because we were out the prior night partying, and his, hey, Mark Cottrell, what you up to, man? But we'd stroll in late, but the only reason why we got away with it was the owner of the store was his ex-stepdad. So we partied all the time, And when he left there, he somehow he applied and took testing and all that crap, and got an engineer job. So
Yeah,
and
even
he
getting
was
into
doing
mechanical was a 3 hour long test, and that was 11, 12 years ago.
yeah. This would have been, let me see, probably about 20 years ago, 20 some years ago.
And
So
my craft, they call them crafts. My craft is actually a 3 year apprenticeship.
really,
Yeah, you have to have a ton of hours of school down here in Kansas City, so many work hours, just a bunch of stuff. But it's about a 3 year process to become a journeyman.
how long you been doing that work?
About 12 years.
Oh wow,
Before that, I was a paramedic.
that's something I wouldn't do, buddy.
That's why I railroad now.
Yeah, I just, they deal with all the junk and the hours that paramedics and that work.
Well, shit, I think the hours with the paramedic are better than the ones I get now.
Well, yeah, and if you're saying it's going to get worse,
Yeah, I'm a guy short right now, so there's just four of us. We take care of the cars, the derailments, the locomotives, the fueling, all that stuff. And
how
I think in the last, I got one guy that's about the equivalent of me as far as knowledge, and then I got another one whose nickname is the Kid. It's literally a kid. He just still has a lot to learn. So my other buddy, I think he's probably in the last 3 days only had maybe 10 hours off since I'm gone. He's
wow,
they just they'll run you ragged.
yeah,
And the cold doesn't help.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. I I quit all those long hours a couple years ago because and it's good money, but like what I do, the consulting work I do, a couple years ago, let me see, 5 years ago, I think I had my best month ever that as far as cash. I worked 31 or so straight 12-hour shifts. So, and it was overtime, involved. So I banked a ton of cash, but I was so screwed up. When I got home, I was working in Albuquerque, New Mexico. When I got home, each of those 12s, it was midnight shift, 6P to 6A.
Yuck.
So I was working midnight shift 2 time zones over. So when I got home, I think it was like a week before I actually slept at nighttime again. I was so jacked up, walking around in the middle of the night like, what the heck am I going to do, So
We went here a couple years ago. We went about 9 months without a day off.
that sucks.
I mean, they were usually at least 10-hour shifts plus getting called in all the time, but we went 9 months without a day off.
Wow. Nephew's a robotics engineer. He's been all over the world. Wow. Builds other. Oh, wow. That's cool. Huh.
These classes I'm in right now are just freaking information overload.
What do they? I mean, like how often do you have to go to classes like this?
I haven't been to a class in probably 8 or 9 years. This is something new. It's a 5-day course, and each day is its own thing. So let's see, day one was all electrical on locomotives, discharging AC motors so that you can work on them.
Oh, okay.
Day two was pinion cutting. If you get a locked wheel on a locomotive online.
How often does that happen?
Often enough. It happens. I did one just before I came down here a couple weeks ago. I think I did a video on it. Maybe it was longer than that ago. Maybe it was a month.
Oh, you know what? I think I saw that where they lifted the darn thing up and all that.
Yeah, well, if it's I can do that if I'm in the yard or on a siding, but if it's main line and that wheel's locked up, then I have to get in there and I have to cut the gear case open, and then there's a pinion. It's a solid shaft about 6-7 inches.
Wow.
With a gear on it, and that's what drives the wheel, and you have to cut that. When we used to cut it with a torch, it was about a 3-hour job. Now we have exothermic something or other. It's like a cutting torch on steroids. Now I can do it in about 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And then today's class was all what's called PTC, which is positive train control, which is all the computer GPS of the train.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the PTC looks ahead 5 miles, and it looks for problems and issues and all that stuff. And it will stop the train by itself if it sees a problem, broken rail or not communicating right. It'll put the train into what's called penalty, and it will stop it without the engineer even touching anything.
Oh, wow.
It will actually honk the horn for the engineer going over crossings. But
we had in my area a train derailment a couple years ago, and I don't know whatever caused it in that, but I mean, I saw it on the news. They were saying, oh, such and such. I mean, of course, the road's closed, you know.
Oh, but, yeah. I've had them before where they're on fire. We had a big one up in Castleton. Well, I had one, was that 2 years ago, in Dune, Iowa. It was actually a day after my birthday. It was June 24th, and it was the biggest railroad oil spill in history. This thing derailed during mud and spilled, let's see, it was about 30 tank cars, about 300,000 gallons of crude oil.
Oh my gosh.
And they all just, you know, the rail cars, when they start derailing, they turn sideways and they just accordion, and they literally, there was so much force that they were squishing them flat and blowing the end caps out of them.
Really?
It's crazy what happens. Yeah, it was.
Damn.
It was bending axles, and yeah, we were working on that for a week, and that was just dealing with the cars and the locomotives. I don't have anything to do with the cleanup.
Yeah. Wow. Turnbuckles still break when it's cold.
The cold doesn't help anything.
You know, Robbie got to be messing with you.
Turnbuckles. So I'm not a track guy. I'm a mechanic. So I don't know exactly what the turnbuckles, what that terminology is. Turnbuckles. I know that's got to refer to track. It's always track's fault. Always track's fault.
That's it. Rodney, Chad's been doing this long enough that he was out when they were moving out west and just hammering out the first, track.
My first job was pulling arrows out of boxcars.
What?
No, that's a joke. I'm not that old.
What?
I always kid my old boss. He was an old guy before he retired. And I always said, Jesus Christ, Steve, was your first fucking job on the railroad pulling arrows out of boxcars?
Oh my, that's a railroad joke.
Oh yeah.
the rubber part that holds the two cars together.
There isn't
a turnbuckle.
There isn't a rubber part that holds two cars together. That's called a coupler. It's not rubber, it's steel. And then it has what's called a draft gear. Some of the draft gears are rubber, but most of them are a metal type spring. But there's really no rubber that holds two cars together.
I know nothing about the railroad.
Neither did I when I started.
Absolutely nothing about it.
And this school down here is actually called NIRS. It's the National Institute of Railroad Sciences. It's an actual college.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know there was such a thing. Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, and a lot of my classes are actually college credits.
Huh.
Like all my welding classes and stuff were all college credits.
Oh wow. Mark Cottrell, professional farmer. We need those. Do you see what Wickershire? You know an Irish person.
Oh, am I Irish? Yeah, I am really freaking Irish. And if you think I'm Irish, my wife's maiden name is O'Neill, and her maiden name, all right, how do I put this? Her mom's name was O'Neill, and her dad's name was O'Day. So it don't get any meaner or Irish than that.
Yeah. Oh, Banff, you take care, brother. I'll be over there in a little bit.
I think it took me
Yeah.
about. I think after being married, as long as I should have a degree in psychology, because it took a lot of finessing to kind of get her reined in a little bit.
Yeah. I'll just stay quiet on that topic.
Well, you're home, so yeah, I would.
Well, no, I'm actually alone. My son he's at youth. Every Wednesday is youth, and he's studying to be a youth pastor, so he gets involved there. My wife is actually over at a women's group doing her study. I'm sitting here BSing. So
I'm sure my wife is home bitching about something.
yeah.
They called me Monday. The kids like to overload the dryer because, why do 2 loads when you can just do one? And so the belt on the dryer, what's that?
It makes sense.
Yeah. Well, so the belt on the dryer breaks like monthly. I always keep one on hand. Well, from putting too much shit in it. Or the clothes won't spin out right, and they're throwing sopping wet clothes in the dryer that weigh 60 pounds, and then they hit start and walk away, and it fries the belt. I probably put a belt on the dryer once a week. Or not once a week, once a month. I always keep one on hand. Well, the son of a bitch broke Monday. I left Sunday for Kansas. The wife calls Monday yelling. It's like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it?
Yeah, you should have just said, I'm on vacation.
Like, maybe you'll learn to appreciate me a little bit more, princess.
Yeah. I know me being home, I'm driving my wife nuts. But, the only thing I think of, though, is like, now this week I'm working long hours. I'm working till 6 o'clock. So normally I'll try and get dinner ready, stuff like that just to help out. But I can't do none of that because I sit on the computer all day. So Irish love railroads.
Rodney, I hope she's not listening either. So do you see Mark's comment? Mark Cartrell works for West Virginia University Animal Science Farm. That was awesome. Freaking cool.
Yeah.
I wondered where you always got those feed bags, Mark.
Come on. Come on, homesteading. Being from Boston. I tell you, Wickershire, Chad, you ever been to Boston?
Oh, God, no, there's too many people there.
I tell you what, though, Boston, as far as like the old towns in the U.S., I
can barely drive in Kansas City.
Well, but I mean, just like just all the historical stuff up there. That's what I like looking at, is all that old stuff. Yeah. I was up there walking around the cemeteries, and some of the old cemeteries in there, and the one that I saw that I was blown away, Paul Revere's stone. Like Paul Revere, you're thinking Paul Revere, he historical person. He got this little teeny thing.
Yeah.
It says like Revere's tomb. That's it. This little teeny, because that stuff is, older than, so Kai Farm, you take care. Appreciate you stopping in.
Hey, Rodney, I don't know what was wrong with this power plug the other day. It just didn't seem to want to. It almost seemed like this. It seemed like my light drawing my battery down faster than the plug-in was charging it, if that makes sense. I probably started the video when I only had like 2% anyway, so. because I had basically just got here. I don't even think I plugged it in. I wanted to do a live because I knew my nose was going to be in the books the rest of the week, which it probably should be now, but it's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was just, I started off with low battery initially, and I think this just kind of draws it down a lot.
You know, every once in a while when I go into hotels, I do find some of the plugs, they just don't work. Or there's like a switch on the other side of the hotel room that controls everything, and you got to make sure that's flipped on.
I got a light on. I mean, it's not like I'm the world's greatest computer person, but
yeah,
the light's on.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
And this is a computer one of my kids gave me, so I don't know how old it is.
Yeah,
I just found out it's a touchscreen by sheer accident.
There you go.
No idea. I try to use. It seems to me like using my. I can work through my phone easier than I can a computer. Like building that website and stuff.
Easy?
Oh geez, no. It might be for you, but
hey, did you have to pay for that?
No.
When I went onto that website, it wanted me to like pay for some subscription.
Yeah, but if you basically go with the basic, it's free. You're only allowed so much space.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you. But mine was just supposed to be just a one-page informational, and that was it. Nothing fancy. Nobody's going to look beyond that anyways.
Yeah.
So the free one works for me, and you kind of have to dig a little bit.
Okay.
But you can find where it's free. And then I decided to do the Google business thing.
Okay.
And so you get on to the Google business and you start filling out all your information, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And then they ask for your address, and they actually mail you a little postcard with a PIN number on it.
Really?
Then when you get that, you go back into it, you enter that PIN, and then you can finish your stuff, and then it activates. I guess it's just their security thing.
Oh, okay.
I've never done that before either. So, I mean, like I said, if I can do this shit, anybody in here can, because I'm the biggest idiot when it comes to computers. And I basically stumbled my way through it, and a lot of it is just shithouse luck.
It looks like the best life is in South Dakota also.
Where are you at, best life?
And Russell's saying South Dakota is a great state.
Hey, because there's no state taxes.
Yeah.
And I'm 4 miles from the Iowa border. I actually work in Iowa, but because I travel kind of within a 3-hour circumference, diameter, whatever, they use my home address as where my base is, so I don't pay state taxes.
Well, okay. He's southeast Montana.
Oh yeah. Where I don't see that. Where is it? South Dakota.
Yeah. Mark Cottrell. Mark, I've been dying to go to Yellowstone.
Hey Russell, yeah, Minnesota. My territory actually goes up to Marshall, Minnesota, if you know where that's at.
Chad, those are the states. I think I've been to 39 or so of the states now. And those states, they're the Dakotas. I've never been to Idaho. I think I've flown through Minnesota, but that really doesn't count if you just fly through it.
You weren't missing anything.
Yeah.
It's a liberal state.
Yeah. Oh, his B club's in Russell's saying his B club's in Marshall.
Okay. Yeah, my territory, I go up to 80. I work a lot up there at ADM in Marshall, the ethanol plant. I'll go up there and fix rail cars and stuff. But I've been as far as Wilmer. And if he knows Marshall, he knows all these places I'm talking about.
You know, I actually found I'm gonna, for the first time it'll be in 4 years, I'm gonna actually go to a bee club.
I tried that. So I ended up stumbling across this website, Sioux City, Iowa Beekeepers Association, and we meet here the first Tuesday of every month. And looked it
Uh-huh.
up. I had my wife confirm it on fake book because I don't have that crap. And so I went there and I'm sitting outside of this building and I verified the address and nobody ever freaking showed. Not one person. So I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep doing it like I do it by myself.
My first experience with a bee club was bad. Um, Now, it's the same exact bee club, but when the inspector come out to my place last year, that I knew more I knew more about some of the stuff than what this inspector did. He was just an old school beekeeper that my county, I guess, and I didn't know this because I just wondered why my hives were never inspected. I register them every year with Ohio, agriculture, whatever, and you get your little apiary certificate. Never inspected, never heard anything. So last year he contacted me and I was kind of caught off guard and I'm like, yeah. So I asked him when he showed up, I said, why haven't you ever, I said, 4 years, why is the first time? And he said, well, the last inspector they found out was forging all of the information. He was taking his little pay or whatever the heck it was, and he was just filling out the stuff like he had inspected, hives.
He was sitting at home and getting paid for it.
Yeah, so he had charges pressed against him and stuff, and so this guy, just because a couple people knew him, they had asked him, would you want to take the courses and become a county bee inspector? And he's like, yeah. And when he come out to my place, he had not even taken any of the courses yet. So he didn't know how to check for anything. When he even saw like my resource hives, he looked and he said, how many 10 frames do you have? And now looking at him, you might think that, but all you got to do is look at the entrance. And when you see an entrance that big, you're like, what's going on with this? So when I told him it's a resource hive, he said, I've never heard of one of those. He didn't hear of a lot of stuff. So I did more of like a show and tell with the guy than him inspecting my hives. So we just got talking about, he said he had gotten involved with this bee club, and I told him my experience, and he said, well, they had like a bunch of people got together, regular members, and they voted out all of the officers. They threw them all out and then voted in new people. And he said it's actually pretty good. He said they got hives set up out in a state park by a lake, and they'll actually take people that are interested in beekeeping. They'll take them out there and do inspections and show people. And he said sometimes instead of meeting like at a building that they have, they'll just meet out at the lake in the summer if the weather's good, and they'll just meet and do inspections together and learn. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds a little better to me. I'm going to try it. I figure I'll go out. So they're having a bee meeting in 2 weeks. So now they're limiting it to 20 people just because of the virus. So I put my name down and I thought, yeah, I'll go out and talk to them and see what they say. So, who knows though?
You can tell down here in Kansas City as far as the virus. Am I echoing again?
Huh?
Am I echoing again?
No.
Huh, it is on my end. Oh.
Oh.
So yeah, Kansas City is a very liberal city. So, like, I was eating in the cafeteria today, and my face mask was below my nose, and cops approached me.
What?
And said, hey, you need to keep that above your nose.
Wow.
Whatever.
I saw the best video today, and I need to actually see if I can't find one. This dude went into a dealership, and his face mask, it actually looked like a face. And it was spot on. And he was walking around and literally like he'd go 10 feet and somebody'd walk up, sir, you need to put a mask on. And he'd start talking and they'd look at him funny, and we're like, "You need," and he'd pull the mask down, and he literally every one of them was cracking up laughing. I'm like, I need to get one of them just to mess
This
with.
this railroad college is also accompanied with a regular technical college
Oh,
with like, I hate to use the term regular kids because y'all a portion of it is all railroad and the other portion of it is regular stuff. But the cafeteria is centralized, and so it's really easy when you have all these railroaders and all these kids in there to really see the separation between the men and the boys. These kids are fruitcakes these days. And I'm in a bigger city, so I'm not used to seeing this. But if my kid came home with blue hair, I'd kick his ass.
Yeah, I
bet their parents are proud.
yeah. Well, their parents they're letting them express themselves.
I express myself with the back of my hand. And I always use this hand because the wedding ring kind of makes an extra nice little sound on the back of their head.
See? My kids now, I got good kids though. My kids, they don't, my daughter, we've been granted 3 nights a week. She stays here. So, and my son, he's, he's going to school to be a youth pastor. So he's as good as, so
yeah.
Somebody, I'm shutting the door, but yeah.
My boys are good, but my girls, Jesus.
Yeah, there I went. I got fuzzy again. It's the autofocus.
Yeah, a little fuzzy.
Yeah. Mark saying wore a mask and still got COVID. That's me. Yep, same thing happened to me. So it's funny when the whole mask thing. When I worked at the hospital, and well, paramedic, you all would know. Whenever every year we would have to go and get fit tested, so that if we were going to take care of patients in airborne, precautions, you had to be fit tested for the proper mask. And when I tell people this, I actually had one guy, I was standing in line going to Home Depot or somewhere, whatever, and got talking about masks. And this guy was like, well, so the government's lying? And I'm just like, do I need to answer that? Do I honestly need to answer that?
They're not lying. They just know shit.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with
I would rather just get COVID and get it over with. My wife got it, but she worked with it for how long? I mean, she's a physician, so she was swimming in it. It was just a time, but nobody else got it, and she got hit pretty hard. But she's also a pretty big puss too.
There we go. That fixed it.
I literally had a couple of days where I kind of felt, I kind of almost blamed it on allergies. So maybe I did have it. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, you might have, Russell, I got the vaccine when I get to throw my mask away. Yeah, they're saying you don't. You get the vaccine and you still,
My wife says hell no to the vaccine.
Yeah. Well, I asked people, at my wife's work, they had them. And there were so many people that refused it, they had extra. So they'd asked all the workers, they said, does anyone's spouse want to get a vaccine? And I declined it just, it's just, I got my own reasons. But then too, I said, so with me, this was in January, I said, with me 2-3 weeks ago having it, what's going to happen if I get the vaccine right away? And everybody was like, well, we don't know. And I was like, yep. And I'm like, yeah, nope, not going to do it. So, yeah. Best.
I think my wife was. I think when she got it, she was working. What was she? Well, she was working here Monday through Friday, and then she was working in Kansas City. Was it Friday, Saturday, Sunday? I think I don't remember.
Yeah. Mark's saying
Then
it
she
tore him up.
had to put up with her for like 2 weeks.
Mark's saying it tore him up for a week. When that stupid crap hit me, I had a fever for 10 days. I thought I ain't been that sick in, oh my God, I think since I left the hospital.
I got the flu 2 years ago that kicked my ass. But
Yeah.
my wife is such a freaking puss when it comes to being sick. And Brian, from being in the medical field, that people who are in the medical field are automatically the worst patients on the freaking planet, especially female.
But you know what, though? Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I can see that.
So she was like into it for a week, and she was just fevers, aches, pains, whining, crying. She's like, the people who die for this, I swear they're lucky. If you're just a beaver, just put on your big girl pants.
When I finally went to the ER, it was after like about 8 days of having a fever. I was just going to go to the urgent care. Told my wife, I'm like, I need to go to the urgent care because I didn't realize how bad I was. Honest, I just, and I was just being me. So my wife was like, well, you got to do something. You got to do something. I'm sick of this. Nobody should have a fever for over a week. And she's like, your doctor isn't doing anything. So
Tylenol, ibuprofen.
I'm like, all right. So go to the urgent care. Chad, they turned me away.
Yes.
The urgent care said
you had to pre-call.
Oh, no. The urgent care in my area closest, they said, we do not treat COVID patients. So
and neither. My wife was doing urgent care at the time.
Yeah, I was like, okay. So then I got pissed, and I was like, just forget it, take me home. My wife was like, you got to get seen by a doctor. So thankfully I did, because when I went into the ER, I was all, I was jacked up. So my vitals were all jacked up. But I didn't realize how bad it was. And the doc, when he looked, he's like, your throat's pretty swollen. So
you're probably dehydrated.
Oh yeah, they ran IV and all that stuff. But he told me, he said, if you get any worse, you need to go to the hospital immediately. He said, I've seen rub some dirt in it. Look at Lauren.
Well, I get my wife's famous saying, I got the belt buckle. Cowboy up.
There you go. Mark got told, suck it up. That's it. See? Ricky, you take care, buddy.
Hey, Ricky.
What the heck is this? We were asked after the drama calmed down to not visit old age homes and vet clinics. Yeah. That's where Wickershire, that's my wife works at an assisted living place, and it went through there so much, and the staff caught it so much that they ended up having to call the National Guard out to help out. So, yeah, crazy. Oh, well.
South Dakota, we don't have to wear masks.
We do in Ohio.
South Dakota's like, screw it, no big deal. Go about your day.
Yeah, we do in Ohio. So, Lizzie's, who's Chad, who's this bees in bikinis?
I think her name, it starts with an L. Is
Linda?
it?
It's Linda.
Yeah, I think it's Linda. Linda, something like that. I think she's up in like Canada or something, like Manitoba.
It's Linda from Sweden. Russell, you take care, buddy. Yeah, that's Linda from Sweden. See
Yeah.
right there. Yeah. The Swedish, they're
Who's
so
there?
funny.
She doesn't know who we are, or at least me.
Well, on that one, the one which one did I do? Oh, eating the chips when that there the other Canadian was on, and us Yanks are crazy. We were told. So that's how the Canadians. That's how they think of us.
I know. Liz is always talking about temperatures, and I'm like, God damn it! Now I got to convert this over to Fahrenheit.
I know. If she thought of others, she would do that ahead of time.
Yeah, nobody in Canada's watching you, Liz.
They, well, they don't
Just
care
kidding.
about. They don't care about Americans. That's it. They're all about this Celsius and this metric system and stuff.
Yeah, metric.
Uh, look at Lauren. That figure's probably got blood on it from gutting a rabbit.
I got 2 fingers for him.
Oh man, crazy. Hour and a half I've been on here. I think I might get off in a minute.
Bees and bikinis. I'm gonna have to go check out that channel. I've never seen it before.
I know. I've never seen that. Yeah.
Seems interesting by the title.
Yeah. You never know though. It's probably all a hoax.
Probably some crazy lady.
And they're probably not a real beekeeper. They're just doing it. It's like clickbait.
Clickbait. You know how long it took me to figure out what in the hell that was?
Yeah, it's all Chad's fault.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. It's all Chad's fault.
It's always my fault. He's just trying to take the place of my wife. I just always get blamed.
There you go. There you go. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I'm going to jump off here, though, in a second. So I'm going to have to check out that website thing, though, because I clicked on it, and although I don't know what the heck website I would design.
Neither did I.
Yeah, but you want to catch swarms.
Yeah. Okay. So if you watch Bruce's video, Bruce was like, if you idiots out there want to catch swarms, this is what's going to happen. If your average Joe walks out their backyard and sees a cluster of bees in their tree, what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to Google it because everybody has one of these.
Yeah.
And they won't know what to do. Or that, God damn it, unplug my freaking phone.
It's the plug, yeah. Hey, Mark, you take care, buddy.
So they're gonna jump on Google and they're gonna type in, oh my God, what's going on,
That is true.
And they're gonna type in, swarm removal or bee removal near me or something like that, and
get your website.
Damn well they're gonna call the first person that pops up.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
When you type in bee removal near me, when I'm actually back home, then yeah,
that is pretty cool.
and all the pictures that are on there are actual pictures of actual swarms. They're all my pictures of stuff that I have actually done. So as I was building the website, and I was just winging it.
Yeah.
You want to make sure your phone number's on there, and Bruce said to use keywords, like your surrounding areas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, I'm just going to put an initial picture, and then I thought, well, I got this like 10-minute video of me actually catching a swarm. Maybe that might interest somebody. And then just kind of a informative page, if you read it, where it just says, hey, say no big deal, don't panic, it's normal, blah, blah, blah. And then just some other pictures, because nobody's really going to go beyond that. It was just a one-page informative. That's it. Simple.
Yeah.
And I went into it with zero plan.
Yeah. You see there, Chad? It's clickbait. That's what that is. It's clickbait. Linda from Sweden. It's clickbait.
Clickbait. Linda.
Right there.
And you know what's funny?
Uh,
Okay, so videos, right? About, hey, everybody, check this out. Check out, go to my website, support it, and all that stuff. And, the Google business thing, right?
mm-hmm.
So I'm at work one morning, and I get this text, and it says, hey, I seen your address or whatever or whatnot. Would it be possible that you could relocate some bees to Arkansas for me since you say they're free? And I thought, oh my God, is this how this is going to go now? And do you know who it was? Ernie Hatmaker. She texted me and she fucked with me.
Oh man,
Because
Ernie.
she goes, because I'm thinking, who do I know in Arkansas? What I knew it had to be, it was either somebody crazy or it was one of my, and I thought, who in the hell is in Arkansas?
That's awesome.
Because I thought she was in Tennessee. Because so then I texted back professionally, yeah, I'm looking for swarms. I don't transport bees, blah blah blah. And she sent back something. You sucker, it's Ernie.
Yeah. Oh wow. Lazy
It was
Acres,
funny.
how are you?
Out of it.
Yeah. Wickershire Project. Was it you who said bees are the mongrel of bee types? Yeah, bees are all. They're not really like, from what I've read, if somebody says we have only this specific breed of bee, my comment to that is, how do you know when that queen went out and did her thing? How do you know where those drones came from? So I've talked to a couple people recently, and really like the true, like, certain specific lines of some bees, they're on islands like Hawaii. There was some other island, I forget where the heck it was, and they were doing studies and like breeding this one certain specific bee, but it's because it was on an island in a lake, and the queens, they could only mate with the bees on that island. So
To touch on that a little bit, Brian, is all I've ever done is Carniolan, which is kind of a darker colored bee, right? Just by trait. So last year I bought 3 Italian queens and did some splits. Obviously they were already mated and all that stuff. And you could tell the difference in the hives because the Italians were so much more gold and the carnies were so much more dark. Beyond that, I wouldn't have a freaking clue.
Now, one of my hives that I thought were Italians, I ended up with that solid black queen.
Yep, I remember that.
It was a daughter of, one of mine, and when I looked, solid black. There wasn't a speck of any other color.
Yep, I remember that. There was.
And she left, but she was, man, that was the best looking bee I ever saw. So who knows,
I can't tell the difference. As far as, I've only ever had the Italians last year and the carnies. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah. Linda's going back to Sweden.
Well,
she's going to climb the mountains. She's going to yodel. Do they yodel over there? She probably yodels.
Yeah.
That's why her bees, that's why they don't attack her, is because she's out there yodeling in front of her beehives. Oh man. Oh, Chad,
I couldn't tell a difference as far as production, population, behavior, any of that stuff between the Italians and the carnies. The only thing I could tell a difference in was color.
Yeah. Let me look up Lizzie's.
Somebody needs a link for bees and bikinis.
Yeah, I got it.
I don't know how to do the link thing. I don't have a freaking clue. And I'm a moderator.
See?
Who the hell would make me a moderator? And that's Linda with bees and bikinis.
Yeah, that's Linda.
I think her name is Linda. she's got some okay videos. They're so.
Yeah. That's Linda. Hey, thank you, Lauren. That's great. Oh, man. Well, Chad, you have yourself a good night, buddy.
This was seriously fun.
I'm going to jump off here. I want to try and do these every week. Saturday, I don't know what I want to try and do 2 a week just so I can gain my hours. You know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm creeping up on closing on 900. So,
Really?
yeah, I'm getting closer there.
Monetized at 1,000?
Huh?
Don't you get like monetized at 1,000 or something?
At 1,000 and then 4,000 hours. So I want to start working on my hours a little bit more. That way, you know, once I get that 1,000 mark, that I don't have to wait as long.
I think it's funner doing it with 2 people too. I actually got a kick out of doing this. This is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Saturday I'm going to try. It'll be 12 Eastern is when I'm scheduled. I don't know what you'll be driving back home or something. Well, you'll probably be going home, Friday?
Yeah. I did class down here. We usually got out of class by like 10 in the morning because we basically just went in and did your test and then they cut you loose. But not on this one. It's a full day, so I might get out a little early. I probably won't get out until 3, and it's a strong 4-hour drive, but we got snow coming too, so who knows?
Yeah. Okay. Well, if this time here works, I'll probably do this every week. So Wednesday, 8 o'clock, you know, it kind of works. And then the other one, I don't know. We'll see how Saturday goes.
Sure.
But you have a good one there, buddy. I'll talk to you. I'll text you.
I know you will.
Yeah. Oh, looky here. We got Bradley coming in.
Bradley.
I was at the kids' sport trials. Bradley, we are hopping off there, buddy. So I'm jumping off, and so Wickershire. Wickershire, April and Glenn are going to send you some boots. He needs boots because he fell down the hill the other day. He did. He said in one of his videos he slipped down the hill.
Easy enough to do.
Yeah. So, but oh well, everybody. Yeah, you all take care. Chad, you take care, buddy. Don't study too hard tonight. So
yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Brian, and thanks for having me. This was, like I said, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed having you on here. So yeah, we'll do it again. So
cool.
Yeah, you take care, man. I'll see you all.
Good night, all.